So today we are going to go through some skills which are technical aspects, but this is not surgery. Surgery is about knowing the principles and then following the principles, and technical skill is just a small part of the surgery. So we'll be dealing with knotting, 2 is suturing, 3 is how to load a blade. Majority will start with the right hand, that's the dominant hand. The first knot is always something called squaring the knot. I'll just tell you. So this is a square. If you have a knot like this, this is a square. But if you take it like this, it's not a square. So you should have at the end of your session a knot like this. This is called squaring the knot. If you have a square knot, it will be secure. Okay. So that's the basic essence. Now, when we start off, hold this like a horse in the left hand. The pink thread, you have to go under the bar and then hold the pink in your left hand like this. Have you got it? Your right hand is like this. So your left hand and your right hand. So first you get this orientation S, purple, under the bar and then the white. Okay? You need to catch it between your thumb and index finger. Then bring your purple across your 3 fingers. And then with your middle finger, hook the purple, then the white. Catch it between the middle and the ring finger. And get it into the loop, and you got a square knot. So it goes like this. So you pass it underneath, and you hold it like a horse. This is a horse, okay? You do, this is mainly with your index finger. So first, again we go through it. Hold the one which goes under, you hold with your left hand. One which comes up, hold with your right hand like a horse, number 1. Then you bring it across like this. So you cross it like that. And then you hook your index finger, lift it like that, and then bring your middle finger and then catch it. And then you take it like that. Take your left hand forward. First we'll put the first knot, and then we'll put the second knot, the same go. So you first knot, 1. So you get a square knot like that. And then you take it like that, take your left hand. So that's the first knot and that's the second knot. Okay? This is a surgical glove. Okay? So this is one of the essentials of protecting yourself. It's a glove. The size is usually mentioned on the packet. Your hand size, you need to check what is best suits you. So here it says tear down to open. So all you have to do is catch it like this and then peel it. You should not, the nurse will hand it off like that. So you need to open this way so that your hand, which is unsterile, my hand is unsterile here, doesn't come in contact. Okay? So you pick the gloves. Most important thing is the procedure where how you wear gloves is called hand to hand, glove to glove, which means this is your hand. The surface which is going to come in contact with your hand should always come in contact with your hand. The surface which is the glove should not come in contact with your hand. So what is the meaning of that? It says left and right. Okay? So we open it this way. Now this is how all gloves are folded. Can you see that? So can I touch here or here? Which is correct? This or this? The bottom. Because that is what is going to come in contact with my hand. So this is called hand to hand, glove to glove. So when I do this, I'm not in the touching the outside surface. I'm touching only the inside surface. So I put my hand like this. So what is in contact with the hand? And then I put my thumb. Can you see? So I have not touched the sterile bit at all with my hand. My hand is dirty. Okay? So this surface is dirty. So I catch it like this. This is called hand to hand. Now I have a glove. How do I touch this glove? It should be which side? Top or bottom? Common sense means top or bottom? Top, because this is glove. So this is glove to glove. This is hand. This is going to go to my hand. So I have to put my hand inside. Can you see? So if I put my hand inside, I'm touching the glove and glove surface only, not the hand surface. So hand to hand, glove to glove. So and then I put my hand. Okay? If you become a very big surgeon, then the nurse will do this job for you. So my hands are clean, sterile. Okay? Okay, some basic instruments we'll just go through. The first is the knife. Okay, it's called a BP handle. Next, you have different blades. Okay, this is how the cover will look. It will be written sterile blade. And you have to open it like a banana peel. So you have to catch both the folders and then open like that. You should not touch the blade. Can you see the blade inside? So that's how you peel it. You peel it and then you see the blade. Okay? Next, what you do is you take an instrument, either an artery forceps or a needle holder, and hold the blade. So the size of the blade will be written. Now, how to load the blade? Now, can you see this? Will this fit in like that? Can you zoom in, please? See, this will not fit in because this groove should fit in with the groove of the blade. Both are oblique. Whereas if I turn the blade around, it will fit in. You got it? So what you have to do is, you have to slide the blade. So you keep it, there's a bigger groove and smaller groove. So you just keep it like that and then you slide it. It will lock in position. So this is a suture material. How do you peel the suture? Again, so in surgery, everything is a technique. If you're struggling to do something like opening a cover or something, you're doing it the wrong way. Peel. You should not touch the suture inside. So you peel like that. And then you see a suture. Okay? And then you should not pull the suture. Just keep it like that. What you do next is take the needle holder in your right hand and catch the needle. Once you catch it, you then pull it. It will come out nicely like that. Okay? You hold the needle between 2/3 and 1/3. So you have to hold the needle between 2/3 and 1/3 with the tip of your needle holder. You should not hold it like this. You should hold it with the tip of your needle holder. 2/3, 1/3 junction, and then you lock the needle holder. You press once, it will lock. So all of you learn the locking and unlocking. If you press the needle holder like this, it will lock. To unlock, you just press it away from each other, it will unlock. So take a tooth forceps. You have to suture from the top end of the incision to the bottom. The basic principle of suturing is the distance from here to your needle prick should be the same as the depth of your wound. So the depth of the wound is, say, how many millimeters? 3 millimeters. So from here to the lateral should be the same as the depth of the wound. Number one. Number two, it should be equidistant from each other. So my first prick, second prick, third should look like a nice necklace. It should not be one is close to the wound, one is away from the wound. This has also got a price. So at the end of suturing, so the first you make like that, go along the curvature and then you exit. You have to turn your wrist and do it. If you do not turn your wrist, the whole thing will tear. And then once you do that, you catch the needle and again rotate. Okay? Once you rotate, you catch this with your left hand. So once you catch it with the left hand, you pull the needle. So if you keep on pulling, what will happen? The needle will hit your neighbor's eye. So what you should do is, you should gather the suture, like tying a sari. If you know how to tie a sari, you can do this. Okay? Like that. Gather the suture in your hand till you get little bit of suture remaining like that. Okay? Once you do this, you have to rotate for your first knot. The first knot is 2 loops around the needle holder, which means you have 1. So 1 and 2. And then catch it. And then you take the hand across the table like that. This is called squaring the knot. Can you see the knot which is square? If you pull it this way, it won't be square. But if you pull it this way, it is square. So the first time you take 2 turns, and then second time is anti-clockwise. Second time is anti-clock. First time you did like this. Second time you do like this. And then catch it. And then tighten. And then the knot should lie neatly to one side. Third one, clockwise. And then again tie. And then you cut. So this is called an interrupted simple suture. So how do you achieve? You put a mattress suture when the skin is very lax. So what we are going to do now is a mattress suture. So what is a mattress suture? Basically you take the simple stitch as you would, and then take the edges again in another. So first what you do is, you hold the tissue and then hold like that, lift the tissue, take a bite, you come through the wound, catch. When you catch the needle, you should not catch like this. You should catch like this and then rotate your wrist. Catch, rotate, it will automatically come out. Then pull the suture, hold it again, catch, and then again you come out. So this is something very similar to a simple suture. But after this you don't stop. What do? You turn the needle like this. Catch it like a backhand in tennis. Okay? And then you go back. You go back like this, close to the edge of the skin. So close to the edge, catch this, close to the edge. So this is called a mattress suture. In mattress there are 2 again, vertical and horizontal. Okay? So this will be a vertical mattress suture. Can you see that? This difference between this stitch and this stitch. This is a mattress. So when you tie, both the edge will come like this. It will not go inside. Then again, you rotate. 1 and 2. And then you catch. And then you take it, square the knot, keep it like that. Then anti-clockwise, catch it, tie. And then, so now you put 3 vertical mattress. So first was a simple stitch, next is a mattress suture.